KURINJI Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
KURINJI Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.com.
Hi students, good morning to everyone. This video regarding our chemical coordination chapter continuation. In the last videos, we discussed about pituitary gland hormones. That too, pituitary gland divided into the majorly two different parts, but anatomically three different parts we can say. Okay, basically by appearance two parts only, the anterior part and then posterior part. Anterior posterior part, in between of that pars intermedia, three parts are there, correct? I mean the one more part it is, but the pars intermedia always adheres with the anterior part. So anatomically visibly it is a anterior part and a posterior part. In yesterday diagrammatic representation also we see. Now on yesterday class we completed anterior part pituitary gland. What are the hormones it is secreting? 6 hormones, that took peptide hormones we see. First hormone growth hormone we seen, our height, and prolactin, milk production. Okay, and then later ACTH, adenocorticotropic. Above the kidney we have the adrenal gland. That gland, cortical part stimulated by the thyroid stimulating hormone. That is the thyroid stimulating hormone to stimulate the thyroid gland. That is here it is present. Okay, and then gonadal stimulating hormone, that is LH, and then FSH. Then what is the functions under that and all we completed in the last class. This class pars intermedia and neuro hypophysis of the brain, neuro hypophysis of the pituitary gland. Okay, what they are secreting, what is their functions, we will be discussed in this video. Let me start today's videos. Sinana, we know pituitary parts and pituitary hormones. The previously pituitary gland anterior part, nothing but adenohypophysis we seen. The next pars intermedia is one of the part. This pars intermedia present in between of anterior part and posterior part. Anterior part adenohypophysis, posterior part neurohypophysis. In between of that a small part. Pars intermedia to secrete one hormone, only one hormone. That hormone melanocyte stimulating hormone. These melanocyte itself we will guess what is their function. Melanin, one of the pigment, okay, that pigment play an important role in the color of our skin, correct now? So melanocyte stimulating hormone secreting from the pars intermedia, then that onwards it through the blood circulation it will reach the skin. Then that skin cells are containing with melanocytes. Which body spots are containing with melanocyte, those cells will be stimulated by these melanocyte stimulating hormone. Melanocyte stimulating hormone. Now the stimulation by these melanocytic stimulating hormone that promote the one protein, that is the melanin protein, color pigment. By the accumulation of that melanin in the particular organ places, it will become a more darker. So that is the here our skin. Okay, this is the time to reveal one of the thing. Here melanocytes only not only play an important role, external influence also play an important role in our skin coloration. For example, in the temperate region persons, temperate region, I mean equator regions, geographical area person's skin somewhat of more darker than the polar places because of that temperature condition, temperature factor play an important role in the production of the melanin from the melanocyte. Okay, so internally melanocyte stimulating hormone play an important role. Then external of our body that is one of the factor is the temperature. So temperature promotes the melanocytic stimulating hormone. Based on that, melanocyte will be produce the more melanin. Okay, so that's why skin color will be become a more darker. So here that melanocytic stimulating hormone regulate the pigmentation of our skin. Okay, our hair also little bit, our hair color also. Now these melanocyte stimulating hormone more function in the invertebrate groups, but in the vertebrate is less functioning. Okay, not only melanocytic cells not controlling our body color pigmentation, that we have to remember. Okay, neat level some of the basic question. Then come to the last part of the pituitary gland. The last part, it is a neuro hypophysis. These neuro hypophysis stores and release the two hormones. This is the time to recall our previous video concept. These neuro hypophysis stimulated by the hypothalamic hormones, that hormones also neurohormones. That means it is not like adenohypophysis. Nerve impulse, nervous hormones only, these are the controlling the neurohypophysis, whatever it is. Now by that hypothalamus stimulation, neurohypophysis will be stores and release. It does not synthesize anything. Okay, synthesis totally completed in the hypothalamus. After synthesis in the hypothalamus, those hormones will be reach the neurohypophysis. Then that place it stores and release that two hormones. That hormones are oxytocin and vasoprosin. Oxytocin and vasoprosin. Oxytocin function, it act on the smooth muscles. It act on the smooth muscles of our body, stimulate their contraction. Here smooth muscle is present in vesicular organs. Alimentary canal is there. In the alimentary canal, peristaltic movement is there. Of course, here the peristaltic movement not at controlling by the oxytocin, but some of the regions smooth muscles are under controlling by the contraction, under controlling by the oxytocin. What I am telling mean, some of the particular regions smooth muscles contraction controlling by the oxytocin. Let me tell one example for this. In the females, in the female body, in the uterus is there. Uterus, at the time of the pregnant, the baby is developing in the inside of the uterus only. In that time, it want to enlarge. Correct na? So in the 9 months gestation period, 10th standard you see in this word, gestation period time, the uterus size will increase. When that 9 months gestation period is completed, automatically delivery want to occur. At the time of the delivery, the mother will get labor pain, pregnancy pains. General word we call as a pregnancy pain, but the scientific terminology it is a labor pain. That labor pains are caused by the contraction of the uterus wall. Now that uterus wall made up of the smooth muscle. So now that uterus wall contraction under oxytocin hormone. Okay, so particular time, particular organs with smooth muscles, those contracted by the oxytocin. So here I mentioned in the females, it stimulates the vigorous contraction of uterus at the time of the child birth. Okay, this is the major function. Additional function, it stimulates the ejection of milk from the mammary glands. Okay, mammary glands. So mammary glands onwards, ejection of the milk also one of the additional function. Major function this one, because these two are correlated activities. Correlated act, why I said these two here, these two mean delivery and milk ejection. Delivery, after baby, newly born baby want to feed or getting feed from the mother's milk. So when oxytocin is hormone is releasing from that these neuro hypophysis, simultaneously mother memory glands are producing the milk, that milk ejected by these hormone. I think so you got the concept of the what is the function of oxytocin. So oxytocin act on that smooth muscles of our body, stimulate their contraction in the females. In the females, it stimulates the vigorous contraction of the uterus at the time of the childbirth, milk ejection from the memory glands. Okay, this is oxytocin hormone regarding neuro hypophysis. And one more hormone synthesis secreting releasing from the neuro hypophysis, that is vasoprosin. This vasoprosin act mainly on the kidney. Okay, now previous video also I explained the one example. Okay, so one more chapter previously we discussed excretion and elimination of nitrogenous waste material. Okay, on that time kidney we seen, in that inside of the kidney what is the function, let me come explanation. See, the kidney more function elimination of the nitrogenous waste material. At the time of the nitrogenous waste material elimination, they want to reabsorb some of the essential particles, essential things, okay, in the kidney. So purification, after ultra purification we see now. At the time of the ultra purification, that nitrogenous waste material, along with the nitrogenous waste material, remaining substances also will be go. Remaining means essential substances. On the time a threshold, subthreshold and low threshold reabsorption particles we see. A threshold time carbohydrates and glucose and proteins, amino acid, these we seen. In the time water reabsorption in the one particular place, distal convoluted tube of nephron. Remember Kadanana? Okay, see Nana, now only I drawn this diagram for understanding. I said now, these vasoprosin wise we are discussing. Vasoprosin play important role in that reabsorption of water at the time of the distal convoluted tube. According to that context, I mean reabsorption concept, when the ultrafiltration happens here, that ultrafiltrate urine will be goes on through this nephron tube, renal tube. This proximal convoluted tube will be absorb some essential particles. Henle loop also absorbing some water and electrolytes. And this place a distal convoluted tube reabsorption. That reabsorption under controlling by the one hormone, that hormone only vasoprosin. Correct only na? That vasopressin is must be necessary. That sir, that only here I mentioned, stimulate the resorption of the water and then electrolytes by the distal tube. Distal tube means DCT. Okay, thereby reducing of loss of water through the urine. That process we called as a diuresis. Okay, if kidney is not at well functioning, that persons will be affected by the diuresis. That diuresis we can able to call as a diabetes insipidus. Okay, here differ from the diabetes mellitus. It is not diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus time urine contain the glucose, that is diabetes mellitus. Okay, here through the urine, if excessive water is losing, that diabetes insipidus. That diabetes insipidus nothing but a diuresis. So here that diuresis is restricted by the controlling by these hormone vasoprosin. So that's why these vasoprosin hence we called as a antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic, ADH we called as a ADH. So that is the reason distal convoluted tube reabsorption we called as a facultative or conditional reabsorption. Why here without these vasoprosin, these distal convoluted tube should not be show any work. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, then come to the next column. Up to now we discussed, we completed pituitary gland onwards, what are the different hormones are secreting, what is their functions we seen. Pituitary, anterior pituitary and pars intermedia and then posterior pituitary. Okay, make it a proper a chart, it is easy to understand. Come to the second column. In the second column we are discussing one more gland, that is the pineal gland. That is a pineal gland. The pineal gland located on the dorsal side of the forebrain. On the first video regarding chemical coordination time I said two glands are located in the cranium, especially in the brain. That two are belongs to the two are one is a pituitary gland, another thing pineal. On that time I didn't said hypothalamus. The second video I started about hypothalamus because of hypothalamus is a nerve part, even though it is controlling that endocrinal system, nothing but a chemical coordination system. So here pineal gland wise we are discussing. Pineal gland located on the dorsal side of the forebrain. It secretes the one hormone that is a melatonin. Don't confuse Nana. Melanocyte stimulating hormone is differ and then melatonin hormone is differ. Okay, melatonin both are starting with M only now. So little bit something confusion is there. Here also mela, here also mela. That word is same in the same both hormone. So melatonin. Melatonin is a very essential hormone. That why I said this is an essential hormone mean they given the reason for that melatonin play very important role in the regulation of 24 hours rhythmic of our body. Okay, our body biological activities that rhythmic, that mean every day one particular time hungry feeling getting, okay, sleeping and awaking, these total biological rhythm based on the 24 hours. Okay, that type of body activities under controlling by the melatonin. See, melatonin play an important role in the regulating of that of 24 hours diurnal means 24 hours rhythms of the our body. If you need some examples, here I mentioned one example: sleep awaking cycle and body temperature. Then here sleep awaking we know from at 7 o'clock early in the morning 7 o'clock we are wake upping. Don't ask sir I am wake upping in 9 o'clock, not like that. Basically in the daytime we are wake upping, in the night time we are sleeping. That day night time what are the activities, the sleeping and awaking cycle under controlling by the melatonin. Now can I say one of the reason, one explanation, when you are night time, if you are seeing cell phone more, these melatonin hormone will not produce. Lack of melatonin we are not getting sleeping. Whether some of the surveys are explain about this one. In the night time we should not use more time that cell phone. That cell phone screen light is there na, that is cell phone light screen light is more affected to our these pineal gland. That pineal gland onwards secretion of the melatonin quantity will reduce, automatically disturb our 24 hours rhythmic body functions. Okay, so that is the thing. And one more thing, body temperature. Our body temperature controlling by these melatonin. Nothing but after taking of the lunch and a dinner, a little bit body temperature will be rise. Okay, that type of body temperature rising by the melatonin only. So our body temperature also sometimes under controlling by the melatonin hormone. In addition of this, our metabolism is also influenced by these melatonin. Our body metabolism, melatonin also influences the metabolisms, carbohydrate metabolism, lipid metabolism and fat metabolisms are there now. That means how it will convert when it is a essential necessary time, how it want to convert. In the non-essential time it was preserve in storage time, how the changing of their forms, that is called metabolisms. And then pigmentation, our body pigmentation also, nothing but we are sleeping in the night time, okay, automatically daytime we are coming out. So that's why maybe chance with our body color will be somewhat of that. If daytime you are sleeping and then night time you are coming out from the houses, maybe our body color will become a something pale color, because of night time not have that much of temperature and light. So based on that pigmentation also will be change it now. So pigmentation also controlling by the melatonin. And menstrual cycle, it is a menstrual cycle especially for girls, okay, women. When the girl attains the puberty age, then every month in their ovary it producing that ova, that ova production under controlling by the menstrual cycle. That menstrual cycle also each and every day some of the changes want to occur, so that changes under controlling by the melatonin. So in females menstrual cycle also controlling by that melatonin. Okay, our defense capability also, our defense capability, how our defense capability, nothing but immunity system, how these immunity system under controlling by the these pineal gland means when you slept, wake up properly, automatically our immunity system is balanced condition. When that we are not getting proper time wake up and sleeping, automatically hormonal imbalance will come. By the hormonal imbalance, something abnormal features, something abnormal diseases will be causes to our body. Automatically immunity system will be disturbed. Okay, it is a sequence action. So our defense capability also under controlling by a part of melatonin. Okay, this video we completed about pituitary gland hormones, their functions, and pineal gland. In the next video I would like to continue about the thyroid gland. The introduction of the thyroid gland, it is located nearby the neck region, below the neck region. It is a composing of the two lobes which is located either side of a trachea. Okay, so just a little bit introduction I gave regarding the thyroid gland. Let me continue in the next video. Okay, we completed here pineal gland, two glands, especially three glands completed. One is one of the brain part, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and pineal gland. Get ready for learn about the thyroid gland and their hormone functions. Thank you.